Everybody, this is Vince with Listings to Leads, and this is our Get Started class for our new clients. And also there's some of our old clients who've been with us for a while, and it's just really a good class to understand a broad understanding of what Listings to Leads can do for your business. We have more than 50 tools in here. It's probably, I mean, we have way more than that right now. So that can be overwhelming and confusing. I want to make sure at the end of this class that you understand that there are a number of tools that you should be using consistently. Let me show you where to get to them. So along the lines of being, there's just a lot under the hood. If you scroll down our website, you're going to see all the tools listed. And actually, we keep adding tools, so we can't even keep this page here up to date. There's just way too much. But I'm going to take us to the bottom, because at the bottom is a section here called Quick Links, and there's a blog. So if you're one of these people that has a little downtime and you want to know what's going on in Listings to Leads, you will see that we're really good about keeping this up to date. Right. And there's kind of two major themes I think you're going to see. We're going to definitely look under in the system here in a bit, but we've got a great tool to run ads on Facebook. If you want to run listings, if you want to run landing pages, if you want to run PDF report ads, it takes you about 20 seconds and the leads come back with name, email, and phone number. So you'll see this, there's a blog right here with Scott on there. You'll see that, time and time again. Because we're just having so much success with that. You're also going to see other things of how to get more listings. And we actually do have a class on listings, but you can learn about 43 seller leads for just $7, and that's from our PDF report ads. So we have a lot of things to help you get buyers. We have great interaction, great reach with social media. And we have a whole bunch of ways of you to get more listings, right? And I think that's what everybody's sort of after, right? You got to be able to market. We create a bunch of things here. I'm trying to get to the top here. We create a bunch of tools, a lot of automated tools that you should definitely be using, but I'm going to focus on the most effective ones that you should be using. And then we've got, like I said, great social media interaction and the ability for you to look like a rock star on social media. And then we have a whole suite of tools to get you more listings. So that blog is really helpful. Another place that's very helpful is this Mastermind Group. This is a private group in Facebook. So if you go in the search on Facebook and you look for it, if you're not in it, you're not going to find it. But it is a great place because this is where our clients come in and they ask questions or they share information, right? Here's somebody 18 hours ago said, hey, I ran 24 things to increase your home value. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a couple minutes. I received a lead. What do I do, right? Great question, right? But there are people here showing how they're using our tools, and this is going to help you get ideas of what you can do to use our tools. You can also look at this right up here in the Mastermind Group. At the top is a little button with a magnifying glass. And one thing if you want to learn what to do with our system, and I do think you should learn what to do with our system, search on this word, recorded webinar, and you will see webinars just like this. And I think one thing I mentioned, you'll see time and time again, the top tools to get listings. If you want listings, you can either join me live for a class, or you can go watch one of these recordings. I really recommend this one I did in July with Chris Winstead. He's an agent from Texas, just moved to Texas recently, and he's getting he's growing his business. He's telling our clients on that call what he's doing. So that could really be helpful for you too. But just searching a recorded webinar is just smart. If you've got a little downtime, you want to see what's going on with Listings to Leads, get in the Mastermind Group, use that search button right there, and that'll help you. So those are resources, the blog, the Mastermind Group. Inside, I'll show you where the support team is, how you can reach them. I think what I want you to know, in case you don't know this, is that we do have tools to help you get both buyer leads and seller leads, whether you have listings or whether you don't have listings, okay? So I set up the offices around the country. And as you can imagine, half of the agents don't have listings. There are a lot of tools in here that those agents can log in and use this. I know Lorraine's from, I think maybe it's a Summit office over in New Jersey. And so, there are some agents with a ton of listings and many with not many listings at all. So for all of you, you log in here and we get to this page, which is really a wizard. So if you're brand new to the system, this wizard can be really helpful. It can just turn things on right away. If you're signing up as a single agent, of course, go here and finish your profile, put your picture in there, stuff like that. Import your listings. If you have your own active listings, it'll ask you to drop in your MLS ID or your MLS email, and then we can sweep your listings. If you don't have your listings, we have something called My Farm Dominator, which allows you to borrow listings from the MLS. We create a few tools. Those tools are great for creating ads and capturing buyer leads. I do want to say this about My Farm Dominator. Not every MLS is cool with that, right? Not every MLS thinks it's fine for you to just borrow a listing. But if they do, that's super easy to use. So you finish your profile, you import your own listings if you have some, you borrow listings. So the next thing is to create a listing ad. So we actually help you create an ad on Facebook to capture leads, right? So right away, if you're brand new, you can be doing that. You can also create a home value ad, right? Turn on auto posting. I'm going to show you what social media auto posting is, but definitely turn that on. That makes things really easy for you. And then we do something to help you create a post for home value and then share that, right? So that's what that wizard does. Over here on the left is our navigation bar, and there's really a few sections I want to talk about. One is, well, let's just go to the dashboard. And I don't know if you're writing anything down, but if you are writing anything down, I recommend that you write this down. Go to this listing presentation page up on the top right. Click on that green button, read it, and watch the 2 videos on it, and you can download the listing presentation. We have a lot of people, including people on that page who created videos, who say that they win every presentation they're on, and they attribute it to all the tools that they can present with listings to leads. So you need to know how to present this and how to talk about this with potential clients, right? This button here will get you in the Mastermind Group. As I mentioned, this Mastermind Group is valuable, but you can't find it on Facebook. But if you send this message here, this will go to our support team. Then we've got a whole listing section, right? We're going to go into this of the kind of tools that are here and the major tools that you need to be using, all right? We've got a whole Facebook ad section. And this ad section frankly, it's awesome. And let me tell you why. If you've never run ads on Facebook, first of all, you should be running ads on Facebook if you're in real estate, okay? If you have been running ads on Facebook, you might know it's 3 pages long. There are all kinds of boxes to check, and you got to know exactly what to do the right way. And frankly, a lot of realtors don't know, and you can often waste time and money trying to deal with Facebook. But in our world, to create a listing ad, we've actually taken Facebook software. You just got to choose the property you want, click create ad, and type in a name of a town and publish. That's how easy it is to create an ad on Facebook. And these leads come back with name, phone number, and email. So we're going to go into detail on these 2 sections. I just want to give you a high level. We also have landing pages, right? And the landing pages can help with custom ideas, home value landing pages, everybody's pretty knowledgeable with. We'll talk a little bit about that. There's also a section here that's going to be really awesome. It's called follow-ups. It's really to help you convert your leads, right? We have been around since 2009, and we have succeeded and grown because we help agents capture leads. But we're now to the point where we're realizing we're going to build the technology to help them convert leads. If you don't have a CRM, you need a CRM if you want to be working with listings to leads, because our clients generate hundreds of leads every week, like hundreds of leads every week, right? You need to convert those leads if you want to make money, right? It's not just collecting email addresses that helps your business grow. It's actually getting contracts and getting commissions. So we're building out what we think is going to be an awesome follow-up conversion system. if you want, you can sign up to join the beta here. Once you do that, you're going to sign up for a list. Go over to the support team and ask them for help on how to set that up. And so those are the things. There are some other sections here, but these are the main things I want to talk about. So let's get into the listing section first. Before I show you the tools, I want to tell you, if you have your own listings, we should be able to auto sweep them in. That was part of the wizard that I was showing you in that first part of the website. If you don't have your own listings, you can borrow listings. And obviously, if you're in an office with colleagues that have listings, there's a button right here that says grab listing. All you need is a zip code and the MLS ID and drop it there. If it's not your listing, deselect that so we don't create a YouTube video, and then click grab and we will pull that listing in. And once we do, you're going to see it on a list like this, and then you just click on market listing to obviously market your listing. So on this page, you see that there's some red things and those are new. I want to make sure that you are focused on the top things to do with your listing. And to make it easy for you, we put the most important things on the top of this list. So Facebook ads, number 1 thing. Social media posts for your social media, really important. We're going to dive into it. But I'm just showing you very quickly. Seller social media. We actually have tools for your homeowners so that they can put things on their Facebook. This is going to help you, 1, get leads, but 2, get referrals. So if you like to get referrals, I recommend that you use the seller social media tool, and I'll show you all this in a bit. There's also an e-flyer for your seller, similar, but it's meant for their email, and so you send this to them, ask them to share it. There's lead gen all over this thing. You can capture leads all over, but it's really for them to tell their friends via email that you are their realtor. That's the sphere of influence. Those are the people that you're hoping to get, a referral from. And then there's this nearby homeowner letter. Now, the nearby homeowner letter is the #1 tool for capturing listings, right? Listing leads that turn into listing contracts. This is the #1 tool, all right? So I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to download it here. You can always, when you see a pencil, like I'm hovering over the pencil, you can always edit it as well. But these actually you don't need to edit. You might want to add something, but you can't. You've got other great tools, e-flyers for your database. So if you're somebody with your own CRM and you've got hundreds or thousands of people in there, you need to start using this e-flyer for your database and drop it into your CRM. These graphics, the big graphics that you see, these hyperlinks here, these are all lead capture links. These are all tools to capture leads for you. So we recommend that you drop that on your CRM list once a week. We also have single property websites, virtual tours. We have an open house sign-in form and a whole kit for open houses. We have print flyers. We have postcards and door hangers. You can even get sign writers with QR codes. You can even sign up for a text IVR, which is really smart because a lot of people get leads by text. And whenever you get a lead by text, you get a phone number and you should start texting them. That's a really good way of converting a lead. If you're a blogger, we got blog posts for you. We've even got a way to get to Craigslist, and we've got QR codes, and we make YouTube videos all out of your listings, right? So the one I was showing you earlier, which is the #1, this nearby homeowner letter, I downloaded it here. Let's just start there. The reason I want to start here, it's the #1 tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. And this is a little bit of what I want you to understand about listings to leads. A lot of people want to reach out to us to get more listings, okay? And I understand that the listing inventory is tight. A lot of people don't want to work with buyers. Whatever it is, if you want more listings, everybody is looking for that magic bullet to get them more listings. And I wish I had one for you. If we had the magic bullet, we'd be charging a lot more than $40 a month, right? But let me kind of steer you and make this picture a little bit clearer. This link here, it says eastbay.freehomevalues.net. This is a home valuation landing page. And many agents, many realtors in the United States right now think that getting this page and running it out on Facebook is the #1 way to get listings. It is not. If you recall, I told you could search my mastermind group here on recorded webinars and see the videos about the top ways to get listings. Putting this kind of landing page on a Facebook ad is at the bottom of our list of ways to get good listing leads. It is a way to get listing leads, but the question is the quality, right? Because it's quality that's going to turn into business, not a low quality lead, right? And this letter right here generates high quality leads. So let's talk about why that would be the case. It's announcing an open house. I've got an open house from 1 to 4. Who do you think wants to know this? Maybe buyers, of course, but maybe neighbors. So downloading this and printing it and door knocking it, or if the home is sold or just listed, you could download this and print it and mail it. However you get this into the local market, this is the #1 way of getting not a lot of listing leads, but very high quality ones. Right? And so to kind of dramatize that, I'm going to take you to the mastermind group and I'm going to show you Chris Winsett. I was just talking about this guy. It seems like I'm always talking about this guy. Chris came in last summer in the middle of COVID, in the middle of a horrible inventory crisis across the country, and says, hey guys, I got 5 listings in 3 months in my own neighborhood. Chris here is in San Antonio, Texas, okay? And he had just moved there with his family. He's not from San Antonio, Texas, but he lives in a great neighborhood and he wants to be the guy to, the realtor, right? So what does he do? He takes that letter and he mails it out every other week to everybody in his neighborhood that owned their homes for more than 5 years. This letter that we create automatically, okay? And he does it for various listings. Maybe he borrows a listing, maybe they're his own listings, but he mails that out. And everybody who opts in on the property valuation, he consistently contacts every week with phone calls, bomb, letters via mail, and letters left at the door. Now, I got to admit, that's a lot of work right there, right? But if you want to get paid on listings, this is a really great formula for you to approach. And fortunately, if you're using listings to leads, we create this tool automatically for you. It's called the Nearby Homeowner Letter. You can download any version and you can use it, get it in the market. Now, I will say a couple of other things. Let's go back here. Chris came in last summer. Also, Alicia Pless came in last summer. And actually, Alicia Pless came in every month to say, hey, every time I mail this out, I get more listings. And I want to point her out because she is learning what we have mentioned, which is, I know if I show you a letter like this, if you've been in the business a while, you're going to think, what bulk mail? How can I do it easily and cheaply? Bulk mail. But what I want to point out, and what Alicia learned and definitely perfected, is if you have envelopes that look custom and not like junk mail, people will open them. And it's when they open the letter that you can actually get the leads. So she has come in here time and time again saying she is getting more and more listings, and it's from this very simple letter that we create. And she's mailing it, but I'm also going to show you one other thing, and I'll quit banging this drum here. This lady here, I think her name is Michelle, but she has this handle here, Cheyenne Lake. Can't remember if it's Michelle or what it is, but she came in. When I first learned about her, it was when she posted this. She said, I door knocked 200 homes in 7 hours and got 4 listings, all from that tool right there. So if you want listings, my point is use that letter, okay? However you want to get it in the market, go there, right? If you want buyers, if your home is for sale, the #1 way is Facebook ads. And look how easy it is. I click on Facebook ads. This home's in Berkeley. I'm going to type in Berkeley, California. Now, I don't know where you guys are, but you might want to expand the radius a bit. Maybe people would drive 30 miles to see your home. And all you got to do is create ads. Click that button, create ads. And that's going to create the ad on Facebook. They're going to have to approve it over there. And after that, you'll see that it's live, and it'll actually sit right here. So if you come back here later, it'll sit and kind of look like this, right? So that's how you create an ad on Facebook. If you've ever created one inside of Facebook's ad manager, frankly, it's a nightmare. And not only is it a nightmare, it's a nightmare that changes about every 3 to 4 days. So it's not the same nightmare. But right here, all we do is make this easier and easier. So it's a great place. If you're in real estate, you should be running Facebook ads, and you should be doing it right here. Now, there's also this section right beneath. It's social media posts. And this is a tool that we call a listing landing page. Let's look at it and kind of get a sense of how we capture leads here. So I've got this open house next week, right? So a landing page offers very high level information. If you want more information, what do? You click this button here that says continue with Facebook. So let me click it. You'll see this, the page will thank it from you to the consumer. At this point, you, the agent, has their contact information, their name and email, and we drop them on the single property website that we already automatically created for you. Now, this video is not there. I just pasted it there because I was kind of showing somebody what, a way to do that. Let me go over here to edit, and let me go to 3D and virtual tours, and just let me take this out and save it. And now when I refresh this, that video is gone. This is what a standard single property website looks like. So really, if you had a professional video and you knocked it up on YouTube, you could put it right here and replace this standard look, but you would capture leads. The thing about video, and even like Matterport, right? You pay a professional videographer to shoot a great video of a home. It looks great, right? It's even mobile optimized, but God bless you, it does not capture leads. Matterport does not capture leads. You know who captures leads? Listings to leads. So snap your stuff inside of here so that when these pages automatically pop up, we're going to capture leads for you, right? And notice this is an open house, right? So you would think we're out to get buyer leads, and that is true. That's why it says what's your name and email. But then we ask this very simple question: do you own a home? A lot of people will say yes. And then if they do, we say, do you need to sell that before buying a new one? This is good information for you, right? And what I'm trying to get to, and here's another example down here. Notice when you scroll down this page, there's a big old, what is your home worth, right? We know, and you know, that many people who are looking at homes for sale own a home. And they're just doing their research before they talk to you because they don't really want to talk to a realtor, right? I don't mean to make you feel bad, but we put multiple call to actions to find out if they own a home. Those leads go to you in email. Yeah, we got your Zillow reviews here too. Yeah, they can download all kinds of PDF reports here that are branded to you, all from one single property website, right? We make that single property website, it sits down here in the marketing list. You should be using that. You should be sharing it, right? I think the majority of our clients don't even know we created it. But we're going to auto post. We can post this. You can click this button to share it. When your listing hits this account, we email this tool to you. You now know how this tool works, right? We email it to you. You can open it from your phone or on your computer, and you can click one of these buttons over here on the left, like Facebook, and that would take it over there to Facebook, and you could share it, right? You could share it on your personal page. You could share it on your business page. You definitely got to write something like, whatever is smart, right? I'm just going to write great home. And then you share it at the bottom. You just click post to Facebook, right? But I want to point something out here. You see this as it says auto posted on August 2nd. What does that mean? That means that listings to leads automatically posted it. So you didn't even have to click the button. We pushed it to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and it looks just like this, okay? It's got emojis, it's got hashtags. Honestly, guys, if you're putting anything on social media, and you want people to look at it, you need emojis and hashtags. Do you want to take the time and do it yourself, or do you want to just turn on auto posting and let us do it for you? Here's the great thing about it. Like, this is LinkedIn. I don't even know if you're on LinkedIn, but a lot of people are on LinkedIn, and they're not on it all the time like Facebook. But if they happen to come across this and go, oh, wow, and they click on this, what's behind it but the landing page to capture the lead? I think at this point, when it comes to social media auto posting, there is no company that has lead capture with landing pages behind their posts. I just don't think they exist. Um, Realtor.com years ago used to have auto posting. They've since pulled it because it was so useless. And Circle Picks used to have auto posting, right? It's great. It's colorful. It just doesn't capture leads. That's our whole kind of mantra here. We need to make sure we're capturing leads for our clients. Now, the next one is the seller social media, and this is cool, and we're going to rewrite it, but frankly, it's too wordy, and our clients don't understand it. So I'm glad you're on this call so you can see what it is. We send this to you. What you should do is wipe out everything. There's a little thing here that says copy and paste to your Facebook page. All you need is the hyperlink and everything below that mark. So it says we're having an open house. Let me see if I can do it without this thing jumping all over the place. We don't need the seller, so right there. Okay. So it's a little bit easier to do when you're in your email. You just click the forward button and then you delete everything you don't need, and then you go over to Facebook. And well, actually, you email it to your client. You take the email that we sent to you, you click the forward button, and you wipe out everything except what I just copied here, and you email it to your client, and then just call your client for 5 seconds, all right? And just say, hey, I know you get 100 emails every day, but would you take this one I just sent you and copy what I gave you and put it out on Facebook for me? We got your open house happening this week, and yeah, of course, there's something wrong with the image, but it basically says we're having an open house, and you at your office is doing a lot of marketing for us, right? So that's when it's an open house, right? If they click on it, there's a landing page behind it. In this case, it's a single property website, and you know that this has multiple ways of capturing leads for you, right? So that's cool, but let me show you something else. Let me show you on the listings page. Give me a second. What happens when when your listing is sold, okay? So we do this, we update that tool for your seller when it's sold. So when it's sold, it's going to say something different, right? Let me show you what it says. Copy this one more time and copy. And again, you're forwarding your email, you're sending it to your client via email, you're calling them for 5 seconds. Now this time you've sold the home, right? So if you do this very quickly, they're going to be excited. And the funny thing is, a lot of realtors think, I don't have anything to do to market or to use your system because all my properties just sold. And that's a mistake, because a lot of you should be, if you want referrals, look at this post. This was automatically created. It's going to say, our home is sold and we want to recommend you at your office for doing an excellent job. And here's your phone number in front of all my friends and family and colleagues on Facebook to see. Now, I don't know what you know about Facebook, guys, but if you run an ad on Facebook, it expires. It can expire in 3 days, 4 days, 7 days, no longer than 30 days, okay? That means if you run an ad, it's gonna disappear. But this thing here, it only disappears if your client decides to leave it. Most of your clients are just gonna forget they put it there, and then their relatives or their friends log into Facebook months later and they see that their friend sold their house. Who's gonna click on a sold property? Well, most people are going to click if they own a home and they're just kind of curious, like, what was that worth, right? This home is sold. And what's interesting to know, this is a single property website. I think you can recognize it now. The call to action is not looking for buyers. the call to action is now offering a free home value, right? So when a home is pending, under contract, active contingent, or sold, our call to actions automatically switch to getting you more listings. And notice the post for the seller is basically a pre-written testimonial. You've done an excellent job, right? So this is something that you should definitely use. If you signed up and you've got sold listings that you sold a month or two ago, just add them manually right here, right? And get that tool. Let's see here. How do we join the mastermind group? Bernard, you see the support page down here in the bottom left? It says support. Right here in the box, just say, please, whatever, add me to the mastermind group, right? Help me turn on follow-ups. Whatever help you need, our support team is awesome, and I would go there. So let's go back to my open house, and let's talk about the other top things you need to make sure you're using. So we talked about Facebook ads, social media posts done automatically, your seller's social media. We also talked about the nearby homeowner letter. There is also an e-flyer. So the e-flyer is for your seller too. So if your client is, how many times have I heard, oh, my clients are so old, they don't know, they don't have social media. They probably still use email. So you can send this to them and they can just say, hey, please forward that out so we can have more people see this, right? And get better offers for your home. There are other great tools like the virtual tours and all these things. Let me say something about the virtual tours. We create a couple types of virtual tours. And frankly, the lead gen virtual tour is the thing that I want everybody to be using. You can share this, right? You can share it right here and put it on social media and type in their virtual tour, first front and center, virtual tour, great home and wherever, right? But if you're a client with Keller Williams, we have thousands of clients at Keller Williams, you have a system called KWLS. Copy the URL, copy the web address, and put it in there, and they'll syndicate it out for you. If you're with one of our Realogy brands, we've got people here from Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Sotheby's, ERA, Better Homes Gardens. You have a platform called Dash. Sometimes it has different names around the country. You could put that link in there and they'll syndicate it out for you. So those are just easy ways of getting it out. But what's important for you to know about this virtual tour is it's designed to capture leads, not just show you a cool virtual tour. So these are the ways of marketing your listings. You should be marketing your listings with all the tools I've just shown you. When it's just listed, if you hold open houses, do it again when it's open houses. You can do it when it's pending or under contract, but definitely do it when it's sold, okay? Now, I've been talking a lot, so it actually took me 15 minutes to go through these things. It will not take you that long. It'll take you, if you turn on the automation, it might take you 5 or 10 minutes. So that's the listing side. I want to show you the landing page section down here. We create these landing pages for you automatically. Free home values, down payment assistance, new construction. Free home values, this is the page that shows up all over on your single property websites and things like that. Over here, you'll see that I have custom landing pages. Custom buyer landing, let me say a custom buyer landing page. Let me be clear on that. Like, this is a custom buyer landing page for, it's actually for new construction. And you can put video on it. You're going to see I got a video from Toll Brothers up here. You can put a timer on it. You can replace that timer with bullet points, but this is obviously designed to capture contact information. Whoever clicks that green button, you're going to have their name and email. So if you're looking for buyers, landing pages can be really helpful, but only if it's kind of certain niches. In this case, it's a new development, right? Maybe you focus on golf course properties. Maybe you focus on horse properties. Maybe waterfront or lakefront properties. Those kinds of things are unique, and that's when you're looking for buyers, a landing page like this can be helpful. I would not recommend a landing page like this if you're just saying sign up for a list of homes in Baltimore or whatever town, because everybody knows they can go on the internet and find that list without signing up on your page, right? But over here, I've also got home value, property valuation plus pages. And that's where I think you definitely need a handful of these, because all of you develop business usually in more than one town, right? And that's an important thing. So, you need a unique page for every little town you're trying to build this. This is a town next to me called Pleasant Hill. There's 30,000 people there. This is the new mall. I have a picture of the new mall so that if you see this, I know your neighborhood, right? So you need to take the second to click the edit button and put in a picture that is relevant to that page, right? I have one here. This is Modesto. So Modesto, California, this big old bridge, this is like the entrance to town, right? So you're making these things relevant because why? Well, you're asking people their contact information and their address, and they don't know who you are, right? So you do have to establish some sort of trust. Here's one for Satellite Beach, right? And another thing about that is, yes, you can run ads on them, but I think a way more effective way of getting leads, again, that turn into contracts, is to create your valuation page, put your picture of your town there, click on advanced options, and go to print marketing and figure out how you're going to get this letter, which is kind of a farm market home value, home sold report. Figure out how you're going to get this letter into the market. This is if you want listings, okay? If you're not looking for listings, you don't need to use this. But if you want listings, this is another great tool. You can edit this language up here. You want to keep it all on one page. So just a couple stats, like 50 homes sold in Modesto last month. That's 300 for the year. The average price is around here. They can scan. You see, there's a QR code. They can scan there and get their home value, and you're going to get their phone number when they ask for that, right? So all these things are designed to get you listings, and that's on the landing page, right? So if you've got, the moral of the story here is you should have a handful of these landing pages because you're probably building your listing inventory in multiple towns, and you need this. This does not work countywide, right? I know some people like to think like that, but prices, unless all of the homes in your county are all the exact same price, county home value pages do not work. I'm just showing you this. You can actually snap your own video in it, right? So that could be pretty cool too. So those are the landing pages. We talked about listings, but let's talk about ads. Because ads, if you create your own landing page, you need people to see it, right? So how would you do that? Click on create a landing page ad. Leave it on lead ads if that means you're going to get phone numbers auto-populated. You want your leads with phone numbers. I'm going to say I'm going to create an ad for my Modesto home value page, right? And here it is. There's a picture of Modesto there. Home values have changed. You can add a little stuff. We've got some basic language. You can change that. But all you need to do is type in Modesto, right? California. The problem with these kinds of ads, guys, is you can't shrink the radius tighter than 15 miles. In the past, 2 or 3 years ago, you could say, I want this only to show for people who live in Modesto. And that would make this a powerful ad because it's only talking about Modesto. But now it overshoots and it hits all these other towns, and that's where your money starts to become less effective. All right. So that's how you get a landing page out there. But there are other kinds of ads. I showed you how to run a listing ad for my open house earlier. But you should also, if you want listings, you should be running ads on sold properties, right? So choose your sold property, click create an ad, type in the area. This home's sold in Lafayette. And now when you run this ad, notice the language is offering a free home value, right? And that's what I was saying earlier. When homes are in later stages, we're not looking for buyers anymore. We're looking for listing leads, and we deliver them to you. So make sure you market your homes definitely when they're sold, and use that nearby homeowner letter when it's sold, and use that tool for your seller social media when it's sold if you want more referrals, right? So there's one more thing that's super great about ads, and that is right here, the PDF report ad. So we wrote 50 PDF reports, right? 25 for buyers and 25 for sellers. So you got to ask yourself, who do you want to talk to? You want to talk to buyers or sellers? If you want to look at these reports, there's a little kind of white round button. You can download it. You'll notice that your contact information is at the bottom of every page of these reports. If you decide, hey, I like that, I want to create an ad, well, as you can see, there's a green button, and you click that, and that's going to take you right over to Facebook. And what do? You type in the name of your town, right, where you want this to be seen. Let's see if I can type in the town I live in. Yeah, there. And you might even want to go a little bit wider. You want to know if people are interested in selling their home, because these are the 12 mistakes to avoid, right? And you just publish. Okay. So let me ask everybody right now, do you guys understand, who here, just a yes or no answer, do you understand Facebook advertising? Because I can give you a little more detail. If there are people that don't understand Facebook advertising, I'll give you a little more detail on this. But if you can put it in the chat panel, like just yes or no, you get Facebook or you don't. I'll say a little bit. In the United States, 70% of American adults spend over 40 minutes every day on Facebook. Every day, right? Now, you can run a $20 ad in 4 days. It will be seen by 2,000 to 3,000 people for 20 bucks. It'll be seen, right? Ours right here is sponsored by Listings to Leads. That's because I'm on the Listings to Leads account. Yours is going to be sponsored by your business page. So for 20 bucks for 2,000 or 3,000 people to see that you even exist is 20 bucks well spent. You're going to find that if they click this, if in this case, click a PDF report, they can download it for free. The report is branded to you, and you're building your brand and capturing leads. Facebook is a great place to do that. Okay, so I got some responses here. Okay, so yeah, some people understand it, so that's good. No, everybody seems to understand it. I haven't seen any no's. Oh, okay, thanks, Lori. Yeah, thanks. But that's kind of the thing that I want you to understand is people spend way too much time, frankly, going to Facebook and scrolling down this page, right? This in the center of this page is called the news feed of Facebook. And when you run an ad like this, it shows up right here. You see this? I got an ad for Amazon, right? I'm not asking for that. It's just showing up right in my face. This ad is going to be right there. And when they click on it, they're going to download the report that they want to get. And you are going to have their name, phone number, and email. So for a high level of Facebook, one thing that you should know, and this is for any new or green agent or agents without business, you should be spending $200 to $300 every month on Facebook, mixed up with different ads. You should run at least one $20 or $30 ad on a listing every week, even if you borrow it. And you know what? If it's just listed this week and you run it for 4 days for 20 bucks this week, and next week it's under contract and you run it for 4 days for 20 bucks, and then 3 weeks later it's sold, run the ad on the same property, right? Otherwise, you can borrow other listings and put them in here, or you can even run an ad on the same home every week until it sells, right? And get buyer leads the whole time. But do at least one 4-day ad on a listing every week during the week, and during the weekends run either a landing page ad or a PDF report ad for at least 30 bucks, 30 or 50 bucks. You decide what your budget's going to be. Every time somebody clicks an ad, they're going to chew off some of your ad spend, right? Here's one on for seller reports. I'm going to do one more curb appeal 101. This is just a little bit about Facebook advertising. It's pay-per-click advertising. So every time somebody clicks this, they're going to chew off a little bit of your budget, which is right here. Okay. So there's more to know about Facebook, but honestly, it's that easy. I'll give you one more thing that I used to not talk about, but we have made, when you log into Facebook, first of all, when you come to this page, if you're not using this page and you want to be in real estate, you need to start using this ads page. And if you've never been here, there's going to be a big button that says connect to Facebook. That's going to connect you to your Facebook ad account. And at that point, these three buttons will appear and you can start running those ads, okay? And that's really what I want to make sure everybody is doing, is you're running ads for those kinds of things there. And that builds your brand and that captures leads, right? That's just the bottom line of what that is. As I showed you earlier, we got a bunch of tools here that are automatically created. We can automatically post them. They're going to help you get buyer and seller leads the whole time. The landing pages we cover, once you create landing pages, you can kind of just start using and marketing them. Don't forget about our follow-ups here. Oh, and there's one more thing, and we're going to move this. It's in a bad place right now. But you know how when I was showing you, if I go to the library and I go to media from L to L, you'll notice that there's something that says settings, and you can choose the language. We translated these into Spanish, but my colors are actually for Century 21, but you might not be with Century 21. We actually have a default look that's whatever, but you know, you can say, hey, I'm at Keller Williams. I want to use the Keller Williams colors. And when you click save, it flips out all the colors so that it matches your local branding, right? Whatever your thing is. So in the library, you can do that. You can say, hey, you know, this is the kind of stuff. I don't even know who Alan Tate is, but let's put it there. And you just have a different look, right? So you have to have a business page to run ads. Yes. Yeah, Jose is saying that. You do have to have a business page to run ads. You can't run ads. You can't run ads on your own personal page. You just technically can't even do it. I do want to share one thing, Jose is kind of reminding me of, and that is that you can share stuff to your business page. So remember I was showing you my open house and it says social media posts. So this is good information for everybody. So like I said, we email this to you. So the first time you see this tool, it might actually be in your email. And you might click on the link and you look at this and you go, whoa, that's cool. I want to share it. And you click on this button and you share it to Facebook. And depending on if you're on your phone or on your desktop like I am right now, you can share it to a page you manage, like your business page. But a lot of realtors just like to share it to their own personal page, you know. And let me share it to mine so that you can see what that looks like, okay? And because a lot of you have connected with people on Facebook that are kind of potential, you know, targets, right? Potential clients. So it makes sense to you to share your business stuff on your personal page like I have here. I just want to be really, really clear. That is against the terms of service of Facebook. Not that anybody ever reads the terms of service, but it is against the terms of service. And so you'll see me posting things like this. I often go in here and wipe them all out, right? So that you're just looking at pictures of my dog and whatever nonsense I got going on, my old truck and all that, because it is against the rules of Facebook. And let me tell you, every once in a while, Facebook will come in and just wipe out people's accounts. I have a lot of discussions with agents whose ad accounts are frozen and shut down and they can't use them. That's no good. It's no good because, like I said, there's a lot of people here and you can run ads very inexpensively and build your brand and capture leads. So it's just a word of caution that what I just done right now and showed you how to do actually is against the terms of service of Facebook. And if you ever get your ad account shut down or your personal account shut down, good luck on getting it brought back up. I just set up an office last week and this guy said, yeah, our account's been shut down for 2 years. You just can't even talk to people at Facebook. They just don't help you. You just broke the rules and they just shut you down, and it's a sad story. I apologize for that. So be knowledgeable of that. Let's see here. Are the ads and Instagram are just, yeah, so no, I didn't show that. Jose's got a good question here. And this is a good time for questions, guys, because I'm kind of, you know, that's the end of my story for today. So let's go back to ads. And Jose, you're asking something that I didn't get into, but it actually, this is how you create an ad. You just type in the name of the town and publish, that's it. But if you click advanced options, you're going to notice that you can choose what Facebook page and what Instagram page. So if you've got your Instagram connected to your business page, we're going to see it, and this ad's going to go on both. There's also some other things that are advanced, and I'll give them to you right now. What this ad here, this language here is what faces the consumer. So this ad, as we see it, let's see, you see where this Amazon is? That shows up right there. And we're kind of dynamically pulling information from the property description, but sometimes there's stuff in here that is important that we're not putting, right? Like for instance, maybe it has great schools. If I type in great schools in this box down here, it shows up right here. So everybody can see it, right? So if you got information like that, you want to add it, click the advanced options and add it. Another really, really valuable thing is this right here, and it says retarget current leads. And this is a bit of a story, but I definitely recommend that if you're running ads, that you turn on our Facebook retargeting and you start retargeting current leads. And this is what it means. Retargeting has to do with something called custom audiences. I think you click here and there's a little blurb on what a custom audience is. But a custom audience is like an Excel file of leads that you can put in Facebook. So a lot of you have been in realtors for years, right? And some of you have even bought leads from Zillow over the years. And maybe you didn't convert them, but they're just sitting in an Excel file somewhere, or they're sitting in your CRM. You can download all your leads from your CRM, and you should do this. You should download all your old leads and you should upload them to Facebook as a custom audience, so that every time you run an ad, in this case, I could type in the word Berkeley and it would show up to everybody that lives within 15 miles of Berkeley. But then my custom audience, it would also say you can target those old leads. Because here's the thing of the reality of capturing leads. If you want to convert them, you're gonna need to get in front of them a few times. You know, in all of our wildest dreams, I'm gonna collect the lead today and they're gonna be signing a contract with me in 48 hours, right? That's what so many people think, but that's just not reality. Reality is you do have to get in front of them multiple times. That's why getting in front of them with email is great. That's why getting in front of them with social media is great. And that's why running ads, every time you run an ad, make sure that you click retarget ads and you target those people over and over until they finally say, yeah, you know, I saw you 6 months ago and now I'm ready to do something. Really a powerful thing to use, and we make it super easy. So everybody, I hope that helps you out. There is a lot more to listings to leads, but I've covered a lot here today. If you can use even half of what I discussed today, your business is going to grow. It's just, our tools are that effective. So good luck with all this. Get in the mastermind group. As I mentioned, you know, I'll just, let me go to the mastermind group. Use this little magnifying glass and go look up these names of people like Chris Winstead, right? I'm going to show you something, and then if you don't have any more questions, I'm going to just thank you one more time and shut it down here. A couple summers ago, this question came in. Somebody asked, who here gets 2 listings or more every month strictly from listings to leads? I mean, that's a great question, because that's 24 listings in a year. That is way above the median, right? That's not what the average agent does in the United States. And our clients all jumped in and said, hey, yeah, but I want to give this one message to you right here. He says, we average 2 listings from each marketed listing, all from listings to leads tools, with Facebook ads, mailers, like this mailer, and from open houses, trying to get that to above 3 this year. So every time they market a home, they're expecting to get 3 more listings, not just buyers, but 3 more listings. So if you want more listings, and of course, if you want buyers, use our system, use our tools, right? Terry came back and asked a really classic realtor question. What's the one tool? I don't want to learn this whole platform. What is the one tool? And Dustin answered like a champ. The best thing I could do is to tell you to do everything on that taskbar, right? Everything that we talked about at the beginning of the call right here, really only these first 5 things are the things that Dustin does. And I showed you all those. And he does our open houses, right? So, and we have made it much easier when Dustin went there. We had a call with in last January with Dustin, because he keeps coming in this group. And I'll tell you something. So I set up the offices around the country, and they're just super discounted. And you can imagine I do training calls like this to get those offices up and running. But I certainly don't talk to every agent at every office, right? So, but Dustin's been coming in the group and saying, God, you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it's great. And so we got him on a call for our clients to hear, like, what's he doing? And the great thing that Dustin said was that he said, I was a rookie agent. I was a new agent, only 2 years in the business when you sold this account to our office. And I was doing 5 million every year for the first 2 years, because then I found your tools, and now I'm doing 20 million 2 years later, 20 million every year. And 80% of our business comes from your tools, and I put in 2 hours every week with your system. This guy right here, Dustin Fox, right? And he came in here and said, hey, I mailed this to 250 homes, and I got 10 listings in Maryland, right? So he's very generous with his time and ideas, and he shares with the Mastermind Group. I would follow that, yeah. So somebody's asking here, where is the video to that mailer targeting sellers with QR codes? Targeting sellers with QR codes. I think if you go, I don't even know if I talk about targeting sellers with QR codes, but I know somebody asked that. But if you do go to this box, let's go back to the main page, and the one you just showed us. Yeah. I think it's here, yeah. If you click on this magnifying glass and you type in recorded webinar, you will see this one with Chris. Oh yeah, it was with Chris. So right here, it's on July 19th with, now I know what you're talking about, yeah. Rosetta, look up Chris Winstead, and you will see this call from July 19th. And this is when Chris got on here to talk about what he's doing and what he's doing. And you could also look up Dustin Fox, and you'll find that there's a recorded webinar with him too. But there's a lot of stuff here for you to really get knowledgeable with our platform. Okay, thanks Rosetta for the questions there. Any other questions? We've been here an hour. I appreciate you hanging out with me. This call is being recorded, and it will be in the Mastermind Group this afternoon. Just type in recorded webinar and you'll see it. All right, everybody, thanks so much. Keep safe. Learn this system. It will help your business. Thanks, Lorraine, and tell Vicki I said hello. It's been a long time since I talked to her. And also, Lorraine, if you do talk to Vicki, tell her that I'm happy to do an office training for your office. I don't think we've done that in well over a year, and there's a lot of new stuff. So if you wouldn't mind, just tell her like, hey, you know, Ben says he'll do a training. We'll do a webinar like this for the office. All right, everybody, take it easy, keep safe, and you know, good luck with all this.